show. Man, this is crazy because something was going on with my computer. All of a sudden, it just started acting real crazy, acting real funky. And plus, something happened over the last few minutes that crossed my desk that had to make it here. So sorry for the late start, but we're going to get the show started. First of all, let me know you guys can see and hear me. Press 1 in the comment section. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Hey, Mecca. What's up, Gospel Funkadelic? Yeah, so it's been rough. I just came from seeing my mom. I'm so happy she's in town. I mean, you guys don't know what that means. My mom is my everything. You know, I'm not a mama's boy, but I do love my mom. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy she's here. So I went to see her a little bit, but yeah. Okay, Rashawn, let's get the show started, okay? First things first, let's get with the preliminaries. I tried to start with what you guys sent me, and somebody sent me this, and I wanted to touch on it real quick. Kim Kardashian breaks up with Pete Davidson. Whoop-de freaking do, not to be disrespectful, but we all saw this coming. We know how Kim Kardashian is. She's not necessarily a person that's going to stay with anybody. You are a rebound. Now, to everybody that laughed at Kanye and said he was wrong and she moved on with her life, well, this is what we all expected. You know, we know one thing about Kim. If we can't say anything else about her,
she belongs to the streets.
And we see this happening. Now, here's my question. Hey, Nicola, here's my question. Now, this man actually went and got her a reference to her tattooed on him, as well as her children. Now, to me, that's a little bit wild. Why would you get a woman's children on you, tatted on you, and they're not your children? That's kind of confusing to me. It's kind of weird. And I can see why Kanye will be upset. You know, something's wrong with you if you want to, you know, do all of that. But anyway, she broke up with him. Let's see who she ends up with. I don't think she's going to end up with anybody of worth. It's probably going to be another superstar, probably somebody younger, because everybody knows how she is. Like I said, one more time.
She belongs to the streets.
Okay, let's move on from that one. Woo! But this one also was sent to me. Let's check this out and see what it's talking about. It says, when a woman leaves you, she has checked out long ago. Begging her to stay only makes her happy, even though she doesn't care. Just ask if she needs a U-Haul truck and walk away. Now, I would touch on this real quick. I've experienced this. It was a point in my life where I was like horrible. I should have gone to therapy. I admit when I was wrong. I should have gone to therapy. I did some stuff to her. She returned fire. We could never get this thing. We could never get it right. I mean, I'm not the person to say if somebody cheats, it's over. But it's reckless. I wouldn't say reckless, but I was kind of reckless because hurt people hurt people. And I had a point in my life where I didn't care. You know, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel love. I didn't feel compassion. I just felt what I wanted to do because the pain that I experienced. Like I said, I should have gone to therapy, but I learned this lesson. She had checked out on me and I did my fair share of begging and simping and everything, but she was gone and there was nothing you can do. Women, you guys, one thing I've learned, maybe a lady can come on here and tell me if I'm true or not, but once you guys have checked out, you're gone because you're emotionally invested. And with men, you can still catch a little bit of us on the physical side, especially if we are attracted to you. But women, when you check out, you check out. You don't want to do anything because we do know a lot of your sexuality is based on how you feel. At least that's what I've been told. I could be wrong. But if that is the case, if you have checked out on us, especially somebody else is blowing your back out, you're not going to come back to us. So to the person that sent this to me, I do agree. My only thing is you hope that you don't get her to that point. And if she does, then yeah, you should probably help her if you want to get something to move in. So yeah. So now this was sent to me by I saw this post. Her name is Nick Evans. She's a friend. And she posted this and I wanted to talk about this real quick. It says, a pet peeve, not adding credit to the songs on streaming platforms. I sure do miss album and CD covers. I do too. I think sometimes, especially with musicians, we don't get the credit that we need. I mean, when we did Choir Master, a lot of people was asking, who's the bass player on Choir Master? Because they didn't know that I have been playing for New G for forever. A lot of these people, I'm the only bass player that they know to have played for New G. So when they see the album credits, it was kind of funny to me. I've never been a clout chaser, but it was funny to me to see people say, man, who's that playing bass on New G record? And because there are no album credits anymore, you don't know who do the music arrangements. You barely know who produced it unless they are clout chaser. I'm not going to go there. But if they're a clout chaser, they will be on here posting every 2 seconds. I'm the producer here. I'm the producer here. I'm the producer here. And you know, I mean, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. It's still clout chasing. I don't care what you say. But nevertheless, I wish they would do it. I mean, maybe they have something in the works. I haven't seen it. If you do know how to access the album credits while it's on streaming, please let me know because I'll be happy to share it. I haven't seen it, but I haven't bothered to really dig into it. I just haven't seen it. But I think I do miss album covers when choirs had album covers. Now it's just pretty much the face. And we know how the business goes. But nevertheless, Nick, I agree with you on that regard. I do miss that. I do. Now, this was sent to me. Let's cover this real quick. Should men stop being chivalrous towards women until they create a form of chivalry for men? No. You are a man. And part of being a man, if you were taught right, is to be a gentleman, regardless if a woman is being, I don't even know what that's even called. What would that even be called? No, should she open the door for you? Maybe she should hold the toilet down while you squat and pee. I don't know. But I do know my father taught me to be a gentleman, to open the door for women. I don't even let women touch doors when they're around me. I say, you know, I'm going to do that for you. Let me do this for you. And that's just the way I was raised. I don't think you should never let what someone else is doing predicate what you do. It shouldn't dictate what you do. That's the better word, dictate. It should never change who you are and what you were raised to be. If you were raised to be a gentleman, I believe you should be a gentleman at all times. I really do. And I think that will pay better dividends for you than being a jerk and just waiting on that, you know. So I don't agree with that. So continue to be chivalrous towards women, whether or not. Now, having said that, there have been a couple of times where I did pull a woman out. She didn't say thank you. We won't go into it today, but she didn't say thank you. She just walked right in like the entitlement. It was crazy. So I kindly grabbed her, pulled her back out, and I said, you're welcome, and I closed the door. I mean, that was nasty, I know, but, you know, that was a younger me. Would I do it now? Probably if I was being petty, but I would laugh it off, and I would say, no, I'm just kidding, but you should say, you're welcome. I'm being a gentleman. You know, the lady thing to do would be to say thank you, but you haven't been taught to be a lady. So nevertheless, let's move on. So the last thing that I saw, and a friend posted this. I actually respect this man. He posted this. He said, listen, people, I've grown to accept that a lot of y'all don't believe in God, but you can't pull the weight out of your life on the death of an ancestor. The ancestors wasn't thinking about you either. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. The original post says, Jesus didn't die for me. My ancestors did. Here's my statement to this, Kenneth, and I respect you more than you would ever know. I read a lot of your posts, but both can be true. We cannot negate and we should not underestimate what our ancestors did for us. Jesus Christ wasn't an ancestor of mine. I don't have a lineage to him. I don't know if he's in my family tree. You know, some Hebrew Israelites will say he is. Nevertheless, I haven't had the proof. But we do know what he did to us was on a totally magnificent level. He died for the Jews. That wasn't for us. You know, that was for them. You read the Bible. But nevertheless, by him dying, being sacrificed, and the things that, you know, subsequently happened, we all can partake in that, in the keys or the gift that he provided for us. So what he did was the best thing ever. But let us not forget the people who did die for us, like these people that I'm going to show you now. This man, his name is George, I think it's George Bell, Reverend George Bell. He died. He was a martyr. We know Fred Hampton. He died. He was a martyr. These guys sacrificed their lives because they believed in something for us. They believed that we should have rights. They believed we should have equal rights. They were willing to die for us. They were willing to die for what they believed for us as a people. So when they say my ancestors did, these are the people that they're talking about. And so we should never, ever, ever discredit what they're doing. Again, I'm simply saying both can be true. So let's not do that. I know what you were trying to say, but let's not totally eliminate what these people did for us. It's because of them you can ride a bus and not get kicked off. It's because of them you can actually go to a restaurant and not have to sit in the back. It's because of them you can drink in the same water faucet. It's because of them you can go to schools anywhere in the country. It's because of them so many of the things that you are able to enjoy now, they put their lives on the line so that you can enjoy it. So let's not, we do love Jesus Christ. You know, I'm a believer. So of course I love Jesus Christ and I believe in what he did. I love him with my heart. But at the end of the day, we cannot totally eliminate what our ancestors did for us while in this country that your forefathers did not know. I hope you can understand that. Please tell me you did. If you believe, if you agree with me, or if you hear what I'm saying, just throw a yes in the comment section. Just throw a yes real fast. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm not discrediting what you're saying. I do agree with you. The price that Jesus paid was high, but the price that they paid was high, and it was for us. They're not on the same level, nowhere near, but let's not discredit one. Let's not discredit one or the other. What's up, Alden? How you doing, man? What's up? What's up? Thank you guys. Okay, with that being said, let's go on with the show. So you guys are probably wondering, what is this behind me? This movie was one of my favorite movies growing up. It was called The Ten Commandments. I don't know if I can get rid of myself because I switched a couple of things here. So yeah, this came from, good, thank you, man. So this came from 10 Commandments. He stretched his arms out, you know, the part of the Red Sea. This is indicative of where I feel that we are with our women, and women you are with us, black men and black women. There's a divide as large as the Red Sea being parted by Moses. And that's why I put this up, because we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that later, but yeah, that's why I posted this. I thought that there would be people who took literature, especially on the college level. You probably got a kick out of that, and you probably understood exactly where I'm going. You know, I was actually asked to change my major to literature because she said I wrote so well, and she wanted me to change my major, which at that time it was mechanical engineering technology. She wanted me to change my major to literature. What do you guys think? You think I could have made a good writer? You think I could have been a good writer? Those of you who read my statuses and see how I go about things, answer that question. Do you think I could have been a good writer? I don't know. I don't have the patience to do all of that. Just don't think I got it. But anyway, reason why I'm starting a little late today, because this came across my desk. The Stellar Awards was taped a while ago. I think we were in Atlanta. We did that concert. It was taped the day before, but it aired yesterday. I didn't watch it. I don't know why you still there, my boy. Let me move this 2 minutes. We are in the show. Fire the producer. Oh, wait, I'm the producer. But anyway, I didn't watch the Stellars. I haven't watched the Stellars in years. I haven't watched. Thank you, Alden. I haven't watched the Stellars in years. Your boy going to jail. You know the FBI raided his place. The Pumpkin King. That was crazy. But anyway, when I saw this post, it brought something to my remembrance, and we're going to touch on that. It's kind of hot in here. We're going to touch on that real quick. I didn't watch the Stellars, but for what I'm understanding, people saying it was wild, it was dancing, it was this, it looked like the BET Awards, it was this and it was that, and it was whatever. Man, I haven't watched the Stellars. I wasn't interested in going when I was there. People were going, you going to the Stellars? No, I don't want to go. It's not interesting to me. I mean, I love gospel music. Y'all know I love gospel music. I'm like the gospel music purist. I know it. I love it. But I don't like going to the Stellars. Things have changed for the Stellars, and it has been changing for years and years and years. And it started happening when we start letting outside influences tell us what we can do with our thing. And we've allowed it to take over our music. We allowed it to take over our culture, and everything else is geared towards, So I didn't watch it. But apparently some people did. And this post found its way to my timeline. And I said, oh, let's touch on this. Here we go. Ernest Pugh, I like his music. I'm not a fan, but I like his music. But he said, a moment of transparency. By the way, my platform and my view. Okay. Well, if there was ever a time to pivot from industry to ministry, that moment is here for me. The Gospel Hip Hop Awards, formerly known as the Stellar Awards, has given us a clear indication where the focus of their platform and its audience lies. They have sent a clear message to those of us who have been in gospel industry for 15, 20 years that we no longer are needed, wanted, or welcome their stages anymore. Perhaps the powers that be feel pressured by sponsors and advertisers or whatever. And he went on, but this is the part that I wanted you to pick up on. He says, later on, my heart goes out to the forerunners who have been silenced on various platforms in which they could contributed time, energy, and resources for decades. Sadly, this is the end of an era and beginning of a movement. Listen. And he went on. I didn't want to read all of that. I'm starting to get tired. But anyway, to a certain degree, I agree. To a degree, I agree with him. To a whole degree, I agree with him, actually, because I've been saying this for years. Because as it relates to the Stellar Awards, everything has changed. Everything has changed because now we're dealing in a different dynamic where everything's entertainment. So when I see it,
are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
The music for me has changed. The music for me has changed. Everything has changed. From what I'm hearing, it would look like a hip hop award, dancing and everything else, like I said earlier. But I remember 2-3 years ago, it may have been last year or 2 years ago when I did a Donda Live. When me and my cousin and I, we actually went live and we did a review on a record that I liked. But the one thing that I kept driving home when I said, it's opening the door for something else. Because now we have outsiders that you are willing to accept as gospel artists. So now you have a different dynamic going on where you got Kanye's being accepted. You got Snoop Dogg's being accepted. You got everybody feel like I can come in and be a gospel artist. And then when you look up and see gospel music shows are not like gospel anymore, well, whoop-de-doo. Are you freaking kidding me? You sure about that now? Oh my God, clutch my pearls. This is where we are. This is where you wanted it to be. Make no mistake about it. This was set in motion a long time ago. Now that you have accepted R&B and rap artists to be gospel artists, where did you think it was going to go? It's become more and more and more like what you have accepted. So where you looked at me like I was foolish, I keep telling y'all I'm a prophet in training. I keep telling y'all I'm messing, but seriously, I spoke these words. Go look, I spoke these words. I said, this is where it is heading. So when you look up at the Stellar Awards and this, you can't tell the difference between the BET and the Stellar Awards. Oh, really? I'm sitting up here like, okay. Why are you shocked? You've accepted their artists to be yours. Why are you shocked? You've moved artists. Thank God that Ricky, got his flowers or whatever, but you gave him his flowers. But all these other artists that are out here, that are gospel artists, you throw them to the side. They're not good enough. And you invite the elite of the elite gospel artists, which is cool, but you invite them. But then you bring people who, just because they did one record and they got a name, now they gospel artists. And now you got to do things to make them more welcome because you want that R&B money. You want that R&B money. So this is where it's become. I'm not shocked. Listen, now having said that, I want to debate some of you. I've been in gospel music over 30 years. Come with it. I've seen the trends. I've seen how it's changed. I remember the Stellars when they used to just sing Flatfoot, and we used to love to see our gospel artists sing. And even though the money was never there, it never really reached that level of Grammy, and I always complained about it. I actually wanted to play a Stellars one time. I want to play one in my life before I leave here. But when I look and I see, I saw this coming. I saw it coming, and it's reached its full potential. This is what it's going to be. Oh, and next year, shoot, you might have Nicki Minaj on there. And that'll be Nicki Minaj, Etoile, and maybe Megan the Man Horse might show up. I mean, might as well. This is where we're heading. So I hope you guys are entertained because that's what it's become. When you want to sit up here and say it's a ministry, ain't been ministry for a long time. Who's serving who here? We know who you're serving. Yes, sir, boss. We serve you. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like might as well go get you some paint, put it on your face and put some eyes on here and make sure you paint those big red, because that's what it looks like to me. You bow down to that, and that's what you want to do. I understand it's some money. I know how this works, but at the very end of the day, you don't have to give them everything. Are you kidding me? This is the one purest thing that we had, and now you said, hey, this ain't good enough no more either. So that's one of the reasons why I don't go. I'm not interested. Yeah, exactly. When Beyonce was there, I remember that. Yeah, I remember Deacon Rob. I remember that. And this is where we are. So congratulations. Where's my claps? Something's going wrong with my soundboard. Do I need to unplug this thing? I might do a reset. Hold on, y'all. On my soundboard, I had to do a reset. It would do this tonight because it's going to get lit. Trust me, we got a lot to cover. So let me know you guys are hearing me okay. It doesn't have a robot situation. It just sounded funny here. I had to do a reset. I might need to update my firmware on this board. Just let me know. I'm going to continue, but let me know if it starts to sound like a robot or whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to open this thing up with something different. Okay, I sound fine. Okay, thank you, Cortez. It just sounded weird here. Okay, good. I just couldn't take it. It was just sound like I was Optimus Prime or some junk, man. I'm not going to do that. But let's go on with the show. Now let's open this thing up. I need to do this real quick so that we are clear about some things. So doofus of the week, it's going to be a funny doofus. So before you guys get messy, I'm doing this and joking, but let's do the doofus of the week. Now, this is starting to become a favorite part of my show that I like doing doofus of the week because it's some dumb stuff that happens. But today we're going to do something a little bit differently because now I have to go to my fire room because I kind of want some smoke today. Let me do some house cleaning, if you will, okay? My page is my page. I post some of everything on my page. I post about sports. I post about music. I post about politics. I post about, relationships and all of that. That seems to be what people want to hear from me the most. So much that, I'm actually part of the singles ministry at the church. Give yourselves a hand. All right, hush that. So I will post some things. Last couple of weeks, over the last 12 days in a row, Larry Reed took to attacking Lamar Whitehead. Now, I understand the first day, 2 days, maybe because he came on your show and he lit him up. He lit him up. Now, people, we kind of split on was he right, was he wrong. I'm thinking, whatever. Just say your bit and keep it going. But every day for the last 2 weeks, Mr. Reed, well, he didn't do it the last two. I thought he was going to make it 14. You kind of upset me, kind of let me down. But nevertheless, it was 12 days. So I posted one time and I said something to the degree I said, man, you obsessed. And a person came on my page. He's cool with me. Rick Robinson, you cool with me. I love you. But you came on my page. And one thing that I wanted to bring to light right now, one thing that will not happen, we don't do that here. Where you at? I know it's here. We don't do that here. You don't come to my page and you don't actually, I didn't appreciate people coming to my page telling me what I should be posting or making gestures about what I post on my page. What I post on my page is my page. I do this, I just do that. So when you come on my page, well, I'm trying to look for something. Hold on a second, y'all. That's what I need because my jokes need to be here. Yeah, now let's just do that. Let's do a test. There we go. So my jokes are on my page. Okay, so now, when you do that, it kind of makes me feel like you don't want to engage in dialogue. because your point is you are obsessed like he's obsessed. I've only posted twice. So it seemed like you only come to my page when you want to chastise me or criticize me about what I'm posting on my page. I love you, but we not doing that here because I want you to participate in the conversation. No longer will I ever tolerate somebody coming to my page telling me what I should and should not be posted, or you trying to chastise me about what I post. And I'm not being a hypocrite. I posted about that because it seemed like it was just getting too crazy. You attacking this dude every day for 2 weeks. That's obsessed. That is obsessed. That means you wake up in the morning, you're thinking about it. I mean, I'm not talking about how many times. I'm talking about the days. If we counted the times, it'll be over and over again. We know your pride was hurt. We know your ego was hurt. But if I'm bringing attention to it and I say, hey, you posted more than anybody else, you going in on this dude, I don't want you or anybody else coming on my page saying you are obsessed with him. And let me say something else as it relates to LeBron. I don't talk about LeBron on my live. This is the first time I ever said his name on here like that because here you come. And I know what it is because y'all love LeBron so bad. Every time he does something, y'all just love to just cream up. I get it. But I don't talk about LeBron. I really go at y'all. So please, doofuses, do not come to my page telling me what I can and cannot post. You will be flamed up the very next time I find a camera. I might not even go to YouTube. I might just go to Facebook and just light it up. And I'm going to put your post here and then I'm going to go in. Because that's unacceptable. Don't do that. Now, if you making a joke or whatever, we cool. And I'm laughing right now. It's actually one of those LOLBS situations. But don't do that. Let me dictate what I'm posting on my page. It's my page. You can keep scrolling like some of y'all post stuff. I just keep scrolling. I don't dislike you or just not interested in what you posted. But you only come here when it's something. When it was Kanye, oh, you hate on him so much. It was a story. And I'm not going in, and I'm not nothing like Larry Reid. Let me stop that. I'm nothing like Larry Reid. I won't go to these people looking up their prison records, looking up see if they got court dates open. I'm not going to be doing all that for nobody. Preachers Going Wild is not even about that. Preachers Going Wild is stuff that happens right in church in front of everybody in the camera. I don't need to go to their personal business. I don't care. I don't care about that. I'm not doing that. Why? Because that's not my business. And if that's what Larry Reid does, that's fine. But don't get mad. We call you a gossip. I'm not obsessed over Larry Reid. I do, when he goes live, I get the comments. I'm a subscriber. So I get the text where he says he's going live. Why you bring up number 6? Repeat now. It seemed like he wished to get something going in the news. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, Scylla, and I understand that part of it, but it just gets infuriating. I don't like when people come to my page telling me what to post. Engage in conversation. Don't do that because this background gonna get lit. All right? I love you guys. Now, I'm a joke while I'm lighting you up. You know, you can come on here. I'll put you right next to me, and we can roast each other on what I'm talking about. I don't do personal attacks. I don't do that. Now, that's something else. I'm not gonna do that. All right, we can joke, we can roast each other on the topic and make each other, have fun with that. But I just don't like that. Don't do that to other people. That's kind of a narcissistic way to handle it. When you go to somebody's page and you kind of ridicule them about what they're posting on their page. Don't do that. Don't do that. But anyway, back to a lighter note. Got back to you. I don't need my opening music. Stop. So anyway, let's get off of Ernest Pugh. All right. So now let's move on with the show. Let's get this thing going. I know you guys, some of you guys are here for it. Let's get on to it. Preachers Going Wild 38, y'all. Preachers Going Wild 38. Here we are. Started from the bottom and now we're here. Should I have said that then? I don't know. That's kind of funny. I thought, wait, hold on. Let me hide you. All right, let's get to it. Now, Preachers Going Wild is going to be a little different today because we're going to open up with something that I covered before. Y'all remember when I covered TD Jakes? We did a whole live on it, right? Now, this was posted that said he's half empty after repeatedly bashing black women in sermon. Now, I posted this because I wanted to know, those of you who watch TD Jakes, have you noticed the decline in his membership? Now, I would say this with extreme certainty. I all memberships have been down as far as physical attendance. But it's my opinion that the attendance hasn't really dropped. It's just COVID has changed everything. Now a lot of people feel like they can stay at home. They don't necessarily need to be in the building. In certain places, the physical membership the attendance has been better. We've experienced that, but at the same time, we still have a large number of our membership still watch online. We actually have an e-pastor that regulates and handles that part of our ministry. So I don't think his attendance has gone down. I don't think his membership is going anywhere. I mean, the women that go to his church, they're not going to be messed up by him saying something like that. And believe it or not, when I posted it on YouTube, a lot of people believe that they like what he said. They believed in what he's saying. And part of the things we're going to be touching on later on in like maybe 10 minutes, is going to be covering that, part of what he was talking about. Okay. So I don't believe his membership is going down. Tell me what you think. Those of you who know, let me know what you think. Send me an inbox or put it in the comment section. Okay. Next, check this out, y'all. This is going to be, wait, where are you? Uh-oh. No. Why are you not showing? Oh, okay. Let's just take that off. Hold on a second. I need to adjust the filter. It is acting up. Okay, so it should show now. Yes. There we go. All right, so. No! This thing is making I'm trying to show that this picture. Well, anyway, it's messing up. It was this thing about what that mouth do. For some reason, it doesn't want to show here. It doesn't want to show here. That's very infuriating. But it was a flyer. What you bring up number 6 for it. It was a flyer. Anyway, don't worry about that. Now, it's not often that I put myself on my own show, but we had to do it today. None of my preachers. Oh, that's why. Here we go. What that mouth do? I pressed the button by mistake. That's on me. Now, this is a flyer that was sent to me, and it was like, D, you got to talk about this. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's saying what that mouth do. When are we going to stop having sermons and everything else about sexual stuff like this? Do you guys think that this is appropriate? Do you guys think that they should be having this? Tell me what you think. This is crazy. What that mouth do? I'm like, wait, what? Bro, what? That's crazy. Let me see if I could put a scroll on it real fast. Y'all gonna see me do some production full scale right now. This is the flyer. What that mouth do? Check this out, y'all. The tongues of the wise. And it's got the picture of the people that's on there. What do you guys think of this? Do you guys think that this should be happening? I hope this is... Y'all, this is getting out of control with these titles, what that mouth do. Now, when you see titles that says what that mouth do, what do you think that means? I can show you what I think that means. That's what I think it meaning. And I know they do that. They love to use those connotations and everything else. But I'm thinking that with me, I know how my mind works. And I'm automatically, when I saw this, say, what that mouth do, first thing I thought was, that's the first thing I thought. I thought that was a pause moment. I can see them trying to make things relevant. Yeah, I agree with you there. I just hate that it's like this now. Is this where we are? Where we need to have these kinds of, posters and everything else to get people to watch? You think it's just for shock value? What that mouth do, that's something that I'm going to be doing look, honeymoon night, I'm going to show you. I'll be out shot because I'm going to send you. It's going to be one on that. That's what that mouth going to do. But look, I'm not a preacher. I'm just, we just having fun on a Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not often I find myself on the Preachers Going Wild, but I had to post this because you got to see Bishop's face when this happens.
Brown Avenue, 1214 Brown Avenue, Joliet. Put the address on the screen. All right, tomorrow we're fasting From the time you get up to 3 p.m., come on, Michael Jackson, and work. All right now. Sunday all day.
He said, come on, Michael Jackson, it worked, because we was playing that. I think he really meant Stevie Wonder, because we was playing that. But when I did that lick, pause, he turned around like, what? Is this what you... That was so funny, and people was hitting me. I was like, man, you stupid. Now, I can't remember what the lick was. I tried to even play it. My bass is sitting literally right behind me. I can't even figure out what I was doing. Maybe somebody said they was going to transcribe it. I can't figure out what I did. Not in full time. And I don't slow stuff down to learn it, by the way. I actually try to listen to it in full time. I'm sure some other bass players do it the same way. But that was crazy. That was crazy. Now, another thing I saw was crazy. If you are going to do a post, and you are an evangelist, prophetess, apostle, minister in training, elder, bishop, archbishop, archdiocese, you need to make sure that you read your stuff before you post it, because it can kill your testimony, just like this. It says, when a married man have peace of mind, check well the woman is from where. Can somebody please tell me what this is? When I saw this, I couldn't. What is this? Can somebody please read in the comment section? Please tell me what she was trying to say. Because if I ever meet her and we start talking, I don't know her. Please don't. I'm not attacking her. I don't know her. But I'm just saying.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Because I don't understand what you're saying, sweetheart. Somebody please in the comment section, please tell me what this means. Please tell me what it means. Because I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. I'll give somebody a chance. May the Lord help you. Because
what?
I'm not understanding it. Somebody help me. See, y'all flabbergasted. Y'all don't even know. Y'all reading this stuff and like, I don't know what this is. I don't know. But y'all know. Some of you don't know, but I've played a couple of sets with Marvin Sapp. I played a tour playing for Marvin Sapp. I've done a couple of gigs with him. And I've actually had a good talk with him, and he shared some wisdom with me. I have so much respect for Marvin Sapp. But Marvin, I love you, but you made preachers go wild today. You made preachers go wild today, Marvin Sapp. I love you. You know I do. You asked me to act. Man, look, I'll never forget the words of wisdom you gave me, and it's still ringing in my brain right now. But you made preachers go wild. He was at the PAW meeting, and artists are funny, and he's told me he can separate the whole thing. He can separate where it's him being an artist, him being a dad, him being an entrepreneur. He explained all this. He broke all this down for me, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But when he broke it down for me, it gave me a different aspect of him and gave me more respect. But today you're going to see how he separated the two. He separated them right in our very eyes. Here we go.
Bishop Ellis is going to come introduce our speaker. I'm glad to see my good friend, Bishop Marvin Sapp, tonight. Amen. We might get a song out of him before the week is over. All right, jurisdictional mass choir is coming now.
Bro said, no, you ain't. No, you're not. Yo, that was too funny. I could not take that. That was way too funny for me. I couldn't take that. What do you guys think? Do you think that was? He wasn't being shady. I know some people say he was shady. No, he wasn't. He was like, just not. He was joking. I believe he was joking. But even if he wasn't, there's a difference. You did not hire me. You did not send the contract you didn't go through the proper channels. So, of course, I'm not going to get up there and sing. But some people may look at that and say it was too much. What do you guys think? I think it was, to me, I was okay with it. Y'all can tell me what you think. I was okay with it. I was okay with it. But I want you guys to check this out. Let me know what you think about this. It says, remain single until God sends you someone that can handle the anointing and purpose on your life. Now, I don't know what this means. I really don't know what this means. Can somebody please tell me what this means? And I kind of understand a little bit what they're trying to go with it, but somebody please tell me. Real quick, I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance. Check. Nobody wants to answer that one, and I understand why. Remain single until God, church folk will always try to get a song out of you. Yeah, I believe he was. I believe he was messing around. I believe Marvin Sapp was messing around. I don't believe it's nothing to take, but it was funny because he had just had this talk with me about separating, how he separates everything, how he can put things in his different perspectives and work his life that way. To me, that's an amazing to juggle that much stuff, but to me, to have that conversation and then to see this in fruition is crazy to me. Okay, let's see. Some people can be threatened, jealous, person noting can squash it. But in a relationship, though, you think that could happen in a relationship? Because to me, single means you're not married. It doesn't necessarily mean, are we talking about single as in no relationship or single as in marriage? You know, so I don't know. Okay, you remain single until someone, God sends you. Now, did God send people to, I mean, we always say that. I'm not from that school of thought. I don't believe God sends you anybody. I believe you put yourself in position to be found. That's what I believe, because I still ain't seen that scripture that supports it. So until I do, you know, this is going to be it. But what do you guys think? I mean, I'm reading your comments, but I don't know. Maybe Pastor Sapp was there to just be ministered to. I believe he's in PAW now, though. But I agree with you, Glennis. I believe he's in PAW now, though. I think he is. But let's move on, because next, I think you guys need to sit down for this one. This one's going to blow your mind and probably back out depending on how you take this message that was actually preached. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Hallelujah, but yet you want a husband. But when God gives you a nice husband with a 6-inch, you cannot, hallelujah, satisfy. You better throw the imagination over and get her. Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to? Oh, Lord of mercy. Wait a minute. Pastor, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with this marriage. Why? I can't deal with this marriage. I said, why? Why can't you deal with it? Pastor, I tell you, that the first night doing it, it was so small. I asked him where he's gonna put it. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Can I talk to somebody? Hallelujah. You don't give your marriage a chance. Hallelujah. Poor man wants to take care of you. Glory to God, but you're stuck in your old ways. Hallelujah. You want, hallelujah, the Rock of Gibraltar and the tallest thing like the Empire State Building. Who am I talking to? You gotta get rid of the imagination and throw it over so your marriage can work. I'm not talking about me. I am well endowed, but for everybody else.
What you think? You cannot make this up. You hear me? You cannot make it up. You cannot make it up. This dude literally got on here and said all of that. What do you... Is this where we headed, y'all? Is this where we headed? This man got up on here and made these statements. And he stood flat-footed and said it. He stood flat-footed and said it. Lakeisha, listen, that, and then he got up there and said, I'm well endowed. Now, ladies, if this was your husband in the mic saying this, how would you take it? How would you take it? Shots fired or somebody. Exactly. Somebody's wife go get all that work. I can barely understand him. Man, I understood everything he said, my boy. Eric, I understood what he said. That man basically said, if you got a small one, you ain't working with nothing. Get you somebody with a 6. I'm like, you feeding into what's wrong with a lot of people now. You're feeding into that stereotype. That's what's wrong. Why we so disconnected now. I personally believe, and I didn't even put this in what we're going to be talking about, which we're getting to next. I believe that a lot of this stuff is perpetuated in church. A lot of division between men, especially black men and black women, can be and often is perpetuated right in the church by the stuff that's said to the men, the stuff that's said to the women. And I promise you, it seems like as it relates to men, it's okay to go there and be raunchy and nasty and be disrespectful and insulting. But you got to go around with kitty gloves when you're dealing with the women. I understand women is your membership. That's your tithes. You got to get that. But come on. Come on. He's going fishing for some concubines. Yeah, he going fishing, all right. He going fishing. He going deep, deep fishing. And at the very end of the day, we know how this ends. It ends really bad because that's what this means. So if you ever see me post this, you know what this means. You've seen it here first. Some of you seen it before, but that's what this means. This is how this ends. You being somebody's milk cushion. Yeah, he was different, all right. Miss Lynn, he was different. He different. He different. He was like, come on. Because at the very end of the day, most men that talk like this, they got something else in mind. They know they inbox gonna be lit. Let me see that endowment. Let me see that endowment. Yeah, we knew where you was going because at the very end of the day, you're going to be up in there in some woman's inbox really trying to go. And we know how this plays out. We know. We know how this plays out. When you said that, this is what was happening. We knew this was happening. People was all getting worked up. We know. Y'all think I'm playing? But see, it brings me to this. Like I said, it's a perpetuation sometimes in church, but it is a divide. There's a divide between black men. There's a divide between black men and black women. It's as large as the Red Sea, which is why I have this Moses behind me. Okay? So we're going to talk about it today. The topic of the day is simple. Fix this. And y'all probably like, wait, where you get this from? Fix this, fix this. So I was watching this one movie, and I'm sure some of you have seen this movie before. Okay, I get that, Miss Lynn. Okay, now explain this to me. Why did he have to throw out there that he's endowed? Answer that one question, and then I'll be happy. Why did he have to put out there that he's endowed? Help me with that one. If you can help me with that one, I'll be forever satisfied. But this is the topic we're going to deal with today, okay? We're going to deal with it in different parts. And I have these parts written out so you will know. I'm like a preacher, but I'm not, if that makes sense. Let me get my phone because I got my notes here. What notes are here? Thought they were here. Hold on. I know I got them here. Hold on a second. Okay. So part one, luring somebody in, right. Part one is what we're talking about today. Part one is going to be the fun one. We're going to be very loose today. We're going to cover a couple of things, but it's going to be very loose. Pause, super pause. But today we're covering first impressions and expectations. I can't help with that. Right. He was putting his bid in. We know what he wanted to do. Where are you at? Wait, let me get to it. He wanted to do this. So the first part we're covering today, first impressions and expectations, okay? I believe the first divide starts there. What you put out and what you expect to return. So men, when we look at your first impression, we do gather a lot of information. We've already decided by seeing you what we want to do with you as far as physical. But once we read or see you in person or hear you talk, we have these impressions on you. We're going to cover that because it is the divide. A lot of women, we've heard what you said about us, but you're going to hear from a male perspective. Trust me, I did my homework. Week 2, part 2, we're going to talk about communications and misunderstandings, the hypocrisy, the echo chambers, certain words that are trigger words. We're going to talk about the communication because I believe that could be so much better. The way we talk to each other, you would think that we were really, really enemies, which sometimes I believe we can be. Okay? Part 3, we talk about the roots. How did this all start? How did all of this start? We touched on it a little bit, but we're going to dig into it in part 3. The roots, gender roles, family dynamics. We're going to talk about that. That's disconnect between black men and black women. And it's really part of one of the reasons why black men, believe it or not, ladies, a lot of black men, especially the higher up they go, they just checked out. Some of these men I've talked to, they said, I don't even want to be married. I'm okay. We're going to get into that. I don't want to get ahead. And the last one, we will recap, and then we will come up with solutions. So normally at the end of my show, I always give a solution towards something. That won't happen tonight because we're going to do that all at the end. Once we gather all the information together, we'll come up with solution. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to take this, and then I hope that you guys would share it and add whatever. You can do it. No copyright here, whatever. But you can share it and hopefully help somebody. If you got ministry, single ministry, share this with them. We can come up with something together and help build, even help us together have better relationships that will lead to possible marriages. So that's my goal here, to give you the information. Hopefully you can use it, digest it, and apply it, okay? And you're going to help me too, ladies. So we're going to have some fun. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I've seen is the impressions. It's the impressions, the first thing we see. A lot of men, we gauge what we think about you in the social media era by what we've read, something you posted, a comment that you left. We can look at that and say, oh, she got an attitude. We don't want to deal with that. We've seen that. So something happened over the last week, right? And when you saw the sisters post, it was really telling. And I'm going to post the video and then we're going to go into the comments. Here is what happened.
I'm driving to my mailbox. She telling me I'm speeding, telling me to slow down.
Slow down, and he rolled down his window and he started harassing.
First of all, I didn't harass you. She telling me to slow down. I said, what do you mean slow down? I said, yo, I'm just going to the mailbox. Then she goes, get the fuck out the middle of the road.
Across the street and you almost hit me.
First of all, I didn't almost hit you. Now you just making up stuff.
No, I literally
just like a Karen.
You almost hit me.
How did I almost hit you? And I'm going to the mailbox.
I was a Karen.
Yeah, I called you a Karen when I came over here after you said I called the police. Absolutely. Then you went on to say, oh, I'm the subject of the HOA meeting, this and that and the other. I got liens and shit on my house, this and that and the other. Then you start bringing up my status, who I was, my HBO, my VH1. You the one brought it up, lady. I did it. You did it. You did. First of all, I didn't almost hit her. Sir, no, I'm fine, sir. First of all, I didn't almost hit her.
I understand that. Just relax.
I'm not finna sit up here.
He ran the stop sign.
Well, there is no stop sign. What are you talking about?
I understand that. Where did you hit?
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're gonna yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your fucking car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
You're a black man approaching a white woman.
First of all, you had your boy right here, your husband right here. So first of all, I don't do that type of stuff.
Relax.
You did. You put your car in park and you came at me.
First of all, I didn't come at you.
Yes, you did.
You can stop all of that, Karen.
Okay, listen.
Get out of here with all of that.
Listen, if you guys want me here, I can solve it.
He literally came after me.
Here she crying. There's Karen. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Swear to God, I've never been a part of nothing like this. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Do you have your ID?
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen it, but this is firsthand.
And now he's on live.
Oh boy, as she's crying. Oh my God, this is real. This is real. This is real. Here you go. Here you go, sir. This is real. This is real. This is real. This is real. I've never seen it. I've seen it, but I've never been a part of this. This is real life. And now she's crying. Her husband tried to tell her to go in the house, but now she wanted to do the whole Karen thing. So I'm going to be here with my camera to show everything. First of all, you need to stop that.
You were speeding through the neighborhood.
He was not. I was in the garage. You're lying now because I was sitting in the garage.
She said I was First of all, I know what you're saying. No, I get you. No, this is real. This is real life in 2022. This is real life Karen stuff.
She crying.
I've never seen. I've seen it on TV. I've seen it on video, but I've never really been a part of something like this.
Okay, so you've seen the video. Some of you have seen the video. So apparently there were some issues with Karen. So Real quick, does anyone know what that means when someone says Karen? Real quick, what does that mean? What is a Karen? When they say, oh, you Karen, you're being a Karen, what does that mean? Real quick, just give me what you think it means. Real quick, and then I'm going to give you the real definition that was found. Yeah, that's T.O. That's T.O., Rose. That's T.O. Let me see what you're saying, Scylla. Karen's doing the same thing now that we were doing back in the day, Emmett Till, of course. But what is a Karen? What's the definition of Karen? That's what I'm looking for right now. I want the definition of Karen. Okay. Okay, that's a pretty straightforward. Okay, anyone else? I won't argue that, Eric. False call, false accusation. Okay, Nicola. I won't argue that. I'm going to take one more, and then I'm going to give you the real definition of what I found, which is pretty much essentially what you guys have posted, but just worded slightly different. Anyone else? Okay, let me give the definition. The definition of Karen is a slang term for obnoxious, angry, entitled, and often racist middle-aged white woman who uses her privileges to get her way or police others people's behaviors. That's what a Karen is. Pretty much calling the police on you, want to get their way, yelling, arguing, and most of the time a middle-aged with the same hairstyle. And here's the thing, they're racist. So the sisters took you got to put racist in front of that, because the sisters took to the internet. And here's the thing, they left comments, and I got some of them here. So as a man, this is the point. As a man who's a fan of T.O. when he played, right? He did leave remarks saying he doesn't date black women, right? But he gave his reasons. So he's not allowed to have a preference here. But here we go. A man have his preference, but here we go. Here's the comments. Get your Karen inside the house to handle the Karen outside of the house. We will not be fighting for no Negroes who deal with others. That was one. Here we go. But he used to be chasing them, so go back to him. They get a reality check and want us to pick up the cape. That was another. Here's another one. When Kevin Samuels was dragging black women, where was black men? I'll wait. You were sharing him. He was sharing and agreeing everything he had to say about bashing us black women. We don't care. Most of us have wives anyway. Wait a minute. Isn't he married to a white woman? Next story, please. Now, me reading these, if I'm looking and I'm reading these comments, do you really think that this is somebody that I want to pick up? This is my first impression of you. This is my first impression. How visceral you can be. How nasty you can be. One of the things that I say, service a right, since that's what he likes. And then the lady came on there and said, you mad or no? And she went at her. So much for feminism, right? We attack whatever. I have no sympathy for a black man who dates white women. And then she said, sure don't. So if he was supposed to have died, because we know a lot of these things end up with us getting shot, what would be my impression of that? I know the fella's probably going to be quiet here, but looking at these comments, do you think that any of these women would be somebody you would want to pick up with the nastiness that's here? Do you really think so? What you post, we see, ladies. What you post, we see. Here's another. They always come back. Who is this again? Who left us? And you know the biggest issue I have here, and I know that's what we're going to talk about next week, but it's hypocrisy. I just saw a few posts from some of these same ladies here talking about we should divest. So when it's you, it's okay. But when it's us, it's an issue. We see that. So that's what I'm saying. The first impression of us reading this is you going at somebody like this. And we like, no, we don't want, the thing is, we want you physically attractive, okay? Kevin Samuels say fit. Who determines what's fit? I won't say fit, but we do want you physically attractive, right? We want you physically attractive. We want you cooperative. But one of the most important things is friendly. This don't look friendly right here. This look downright mean. They don't even know this dude. This is what I'm saying. So when I'm reading this, I'm like, whoa, this is what he do for having a preference. And they enjoying it over and over again. The man loves Karens. Now, we established what a Karen is. So you mean to tell me the women he date, they are racist women that call police on other black men? Is this what we're saying? But now they flipped it and said every white woman is a Karen. Every white woman is a Karen. Because if he only dates white women, he's dating Karens? I thought a Karen was a specific type of white woman. But see, the disconnect happens when we read these comments, and men are reading these comments. And when I showed a couple of my friends these comments, they say, ugh. They was like, what is this? That's not cool. What you post, we see. That's what I'm saying. So this is important. Look at that. He left and laid down. So I guess he couldn't happen to him because he dates him. I mean, just nasty stuff. So somebody even tried to be reasonable and said, why does it matter who he dates? This is a man, though. See, like I said, the men were reading this and they were kind of getting like, what's going on? What? Some of y'all black women really be proving the stereotypical points about y'all selves. Now, I wouldn't have said y'all selves, but I know he was going. So I got to date a black woman to have a point or to be right about a situation I'm going through. This is what I'm talking about. You seeing a black man and you know what his reply was? You know what the reply was? This was a reply. He laid next to a Karen every night, so though he better wake up and let her go handle that. We sleep. This was the response to a black man who actually said something about what they were posting. And the response that he got, and this was just one, it was a lot of them, they lit him up. So if we're a man and we seeing you being mean about a man that you don't even know because he had a preference, and the first thing you did that other black men such as myself saw was you ripped them to shreds, what do you think that sends? What impression you think that sends to us? What impression? And you say, oh, that's not a big deal. It is a big deal because a lot of stuff that happens, you're dating online. Online dating has replaced actually going out and meeting people. This has replaced. People call into shows all the time. Kendra G has a show that has become very popular where people call into her show. Here's one.
Hello.
Hi.
Look at you with that hairstyle, girl. You got that hairstyle popping.
I just did my hair, girl.
You did it yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
That's cute. I cannot do my own hair, child. That's why I be wearing wigs all the time because I can't do not a nail style.
Girl, I can do my own hair.
I like it. What's your name?
I'm Keisha.
Your name is Keisha?
Yeah, my name is Keisha. I'm from Detroit.
Detroit's in the building. Where you calling us from?
Detroit, you just said it.
I know, that was stupid. I be having my earhead moments. Yes, I'm aware of it. That was definitely one. Okay. Detroit is where she's calling us from. Keisha, how old are you?
I'm 37, a Capricorn.
A Capricorn. What you do for a living?
I am a caseworker for a civil service department in the state.
Caseworker, civil service. You have any kids?
No. That's my god baby in the back.
Oh, on the wall? Okay. This is Keisha Detroit, 37, a Capricorn, as it works as a caseworker. No kids. What's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
You did tell me that. I wrote it down too.
Let's stop for a second. Do y'all believe in that zodiac signs? Do y'all believe in that? I don't necessarily believe in that. But do you believe in that whole zodiac sign? Do you think that matters when you're finding a mate? But watching this looks like this is what an ordinary woman would look like, believe it or not. You see more of this than you would see women who look like Kendra G. This to the right is what most of us will see on a regular basis, okay? That's why I chose this one, but let's continue.
I asked it. I apologize, girl. I'm late. I'm on the third hour because I started on Facebook. We went to Instagram. Now we're on YouTube. So obviously I'm getting tired. I apologize. And not to mention the things I started doing before I started hosting the show. So I apologize for. I had to work. I have a real job.
You had a little sip of
have a
So
whole
she-
radio show. I got a pack for LA. That's what I was doing, child. But let's get to you.
Okay.
Keisha, what kind of man are you looking for?
I like hardworking and honest men that is out to get their money, like me. I like making money so I can travel, so I can shop, so I can live my best life, start businesses and stuff like that. So hardworking and honest is up like the most, and good personality because I'm very silly.
You're very silly. Okay, we like that. What's the deal breakers for you?
Uncleanliness. I don't like dirt. I don't like dirty nails. I don't like dirty hair. I don't like dirty skin. I don't like dirty anything. So cleanliness is number one for me. Other deal breakers is a whole bunch of kids and baby mamas, no job, no car.
Are
no
these the kind of men
goals.
you're attracting?
Yes, this is like the pool has piss in it. Like I don't know what's going on. This is
Okay. Do we need to say? Do we need to say? Now, what she's looking for is not the weird expectation. It's not bad. But when she says the kind of man, a lot of times you want certain things, but you attract certain things because women, we've been trained, well, you've been trained not to go throwing your shots out at men. Me personally, I believe right now, hey, you might have to because you don't know when you're going to come across that person that's really catching your eye. But nevertheless, she's saying she's attracting a certain kind of man. Now, ladies, I'll stop this right here. Does this happen to you where you feel like you are attracting XYZ kind of men, right? Yes or no? Are you attracting the kind of men that you want? Do you have a whole laundry list of dudes that you can choose from that are eligible that you really, really want to marry? Yes or no? Or are you experiencing what she's experiencing? Let's continue.
what tries to talk to me. Like I met someone very handsome. He had a job. He ain't had no teeth. But I didn't even know until we went out and he kept like looking the other way and covering up his mouth. And I'm like, I'm just over it. I can't.
Okay, so no guys with missing teeth, no guys that need you to. What was the other requirement? They were asking you for money?
No, they don't ask me for money because I'm straight up like that. I don't give out money. I'm not a sugar mama. I mean, somebody that they usually like they don't have any money. They don't ask me for money per se, but they don't have any money. Like they can't take me on a date. If I want to take a road trip or go somewhere, they don't have any money to travel. They have a bunch of kids.
Okay. Does the guy gotta look a certain way?
Not necessarily. I just like guys that are taller than me. I'm 5'6", so I don't think
so you want a guy that's taller.
Yes.
5'6". Does he gotta make a certain amount of money?
I'm sorry. He has to be black.
Oh, okay. Black men only. Black men only. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
I would say around 50,000 minimum. I want them to be able to live comfortably. Like I said, go places, travel, buy me stuff. I buy people stuff. When I'm in a relationship, I'm very giving, so I want the same in return.
Got you. Okay, this is Keisha Detroit, 37, a Capricorn, caseworker, no kids, 5'6". Now, you know I host a dating show and you're here to find men, right? So I have to ask a question from a guy's perspective. If a guy said that maybe your weight was an issue, would you lose weight for love?
No, because first of all, I already lost 80 pounds since November. Second of all, period.
Okay, so now we here. So this is where I want you to get. Average woman, she ain't jumping out at you to be the finest thing in the world. We know that. Nobody's knocking you, sweetheart, before we go. But see, when she said, are you willing to lose weight for love? And she said, no, right then and there, you pretty much know what this is going to be. That means you're going to accept me the way it is. Remember when I said she had these expectations for you, but now that the expectations are for her, you have to accept her the way she is. So any man looking at this, looking at her first impressions and looking at her expectations, we like, well, we're giving up. You want this, that, and the other, and it's okay. Her preferences are not out of whack. But the one thing that some men would want, not all, but some men, a lot of men, most men would want is, hey, you lost 80 pounds. That means you were 80 pounds more than what we see here. So you mean to tell me if a man was like, you would probably be look even better, or for a man, you wouldn't lose weight, but he has to have XYZ, make your 50,000. Do you guys see the problem here? Hold on, let me make sure I didn't get disconnected. Right, that's what I'm saying. She made her pool with that response, and I'm like, a man looking at that first impressions, we're saying, okay, this is what we're getting, and you're basically saying we have to accept you the way you are, but you got these expectations. Now I'm put the average every day. This looks pretty much. If you walk into any place where there's a lot of black women, you're going to see majority leaning towards this side as opposed to looking like on Kendra G, right? So I picked the most average one that I can find and not try the one in the middle. Now, is she a cute girl? I mean, she okay. She's big. But I'm thinking this man said you need to lose weight and you won't. That's a problem. And this is first impressions. She could be saying she wants to lose weight for her and her happiness instead of doing something for love that may be temporary. If it's true love, it won't be temporary. And what her expectations, can we say, well, his thing is temporary? She has expectations too. She has a preference. So is her preferences temporary? You have to look at it like that too. She's allowed to have her preferences. Why do our preferences have to be temporary? Them taxes is, well, you in LA, so you probably getting killed. Let's continue.
And I have never had a problem attracting guys or getting guys, and I was bigger than this, so they still gonna lick the rolls, toes, and everything else. So no.
And here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm saying. They love to say, well, I never had problems getting a man before. Then why are you here? Why are you here? You never had problems getting a man before. But here's the thing. Remember, a long time ago, I did a one on Lizzo of body shaming when I said they love to say that. But then she went right into what I mostly see. They lick toes, they lick this and everything else. And we know the elephant in the room is the same thing here. They want you for the sex, but you are calling into the show because that's what you've been getting. The people in your inbox who some of them have entered the viscous innards, and now you here saying, I want a man that's better than the ones you've been dealing with. And the men that's looking at this, and we're saying your expectations of what you said you're not going to do, now here comes the disconnect because we're like, this doesn't make sense to us. You telling us you won't do, basically we have to accept you as you are, but you honestly have let dudes lick your toes and lick everywhere else. How is this appealing to us? I hope you guys are seeing what I'm saying here. Let's continue.
They lick the what?
The rolls and the toes. Okay. And something else I'm not gonna say on your show.
Yeah, please don't. Congratulations on losing 80 pounds. That is not easy to do. So big ups to you. All right, Keisha, when was your last relationship?
Oh, I want to say in 2019.
2019. Okay, so when was the last time you was intimate with someone? You don't have to answer that question.
We're gonna pass on that.
Okay, we gonna pass. Not a problem. What's the age range you?
Did y'all pick this up? See, these are the first impressions. You are on a dating show. So men looking for women, looking to marry or date women seriously, we're seeing this. And then I'm not going to judge you. You say I'm going to pass on that, whatever. But if a man, the kind of man that she wants, that's all these expectations that she wants, that's going to accept her like that, we've already got to accept the fact that you are bigger. You are an obese woman. So we got to accept that. And then we got to accept the fact that she comes across, my first impression of her, she probably could be much to deal with. That mouth could probably get going. That's what it's coming across. I keep telling you, first impressions, the way, the energy I'm getting. First impressions is everything. When you're dealing in relationships, it's everything for a man. Let's continue.
On a date, Keisha?
I was saying 30 to 40.
30 to 40. And could the guy have kids?
One is okay. I prefer not, but if he has a kid or two and he's active in their lives with not a whole bunch of baby mamas.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Do you want kids yourself?
I'm open to kids.
She's 37.
It's not a big deal for
Just
me,
so you know.
but I want to be married. I want to have a husband before I have kids.
You want to have a husband before you have kids. Okay. Fair enough. I think that's a good way to go. Does he got to be in Detroit?
Detroit is not where it's at, so no. No.
Doesn't have to be in Detroit. Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is Keisha in Detroit, 37. You don't gotta be in Detroit. She'll date 30 to 40, Capricorn caseworker, no kids. She's 5'6", so she prefers a guy that is taller. Why do you think you're single, Keisha?
I have a very low tolerance. I've been getting a lot of BS, and I can't. I just won't. Like, I can't do with the guys that say they're single, but they can only text me during business hours, or they can't talk on the phone, they can only text, and it's just getting very much red.
You got a guy that's single but only can date you during business hours.
They can only talk to me during business hours. Like, after business hours, they are not available. They do not respond until the next morning. That's because they live
that
with
means
woman.
they got a family or a girl.
Exactly. Smart.
So have you ever dated a guy that was worth your while? Because all the men you described.
I did, but he was a street guy. He was very much into.
Do we need to go further? A lot of these women that come on these shows and dating everywhere else, they done been ran through by Pookie, Ray Ray, and all the other scallies. They done got these dudes, the scallies, and everybody else. Now they come on the show looking for something better than what they wasted their body on. The scallies have been through there and everything else. Now you want something better. As a man watching this, ladies, this is what I'm talking about. Do you really think a man of work gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick this one? Really? This is what we're talking about. First impressions are everything. And the fact that we have to look at this, and if we say something, it's bad, it becomes World War III. Think I'm lying? Wait, it's coming.
The streets, and now he's incarcerated.
Well, he wasn't worth your while if he was.
No, he was. He was hardworking. He treated me like
he was street. He in jail.
We had a good relationship. He just wanted to be in the streets. He wanted to have his little side hustle, and it ended up getting him in trouble.
So was he always a side hustle person, or did he have a legitimate job?
He had a legitimate job, and he was having side hustles. He was kind of trying to dibble in both.
Okay, but now he's in jail.
You cannot make this up.
And that was the most quality guy you dated?
Yes.
Okay. Do you still keep in contact with him?
Not really.
Y'all picking this up? The most quality we done here. Sorry, Kendra. I like this one. We got another one from you coming soon. This was the quality guy she had, y'all. The dude that's in jail. But this is my point. Now, ladies, see what I'm talking about. I hope you can see. The first impression we get of you, a regular person on the dating, you see men are looking at this. If we're looking for somebody we're going to spend the rest of our life with, that we want to be with, first impressions with that, would you choose that? If you could just put yourself in our shoes, I know you cannot, but just try just for the sake of arguing. Would you choose that? would you choose that person to be with? That was just that. And then forget the guys. Let's just forget the guys that the incarcerated dude, the ninja that's been incarcerated. Let's forget him. But the kind of men that she's wasted herself on. I'm a man that's worth more than them, worth more than they can ever be. I'm looking at that. Listen, erase that Disney stuff out your brain. There is no Prince Charming that's going to come to Cinderella and the pumpkin and the glass slippers that's going to come and save you from this. The decisions that you make now, they're going to stay. That's why they're called consequences. So a man looking at this, is it appealing to him? As really, be honest. If you were a man, you were looking at this. She doesn't want to lose weight. She seemed like she could be a little bit much. She's wasted all her youth. She's 37. So she wasted all her youth on hood bandits, or when the hood bandits, a woman, but hood, whatever, scallies. Does this look appealing to you? That's what I'm saying. But apparently, men having commentary on Kendra has been met with something else. Because I like Kendra. I used to. But then one of the things that I said, first impressions is everything. So if I'm a man, even with Kendra G, would I want to be with you after watching this?
Two adult kids. How old are your children?
They are 38 and 40.
38 and 40. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I've been married before.
Are your kids by your ex-husband?
No, they're not. Thank God. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I went to his house one day, and I thought he would never watch your show. He wasn't watching your show, but he was watching the guy that commentates after the show. So I got to be nice.
No, you don't got to be nice. And I'm getting rid of all these commentators after the show. Listen, you small penis men that be taking my comments, my content, and trying to make a role for yourself. Get your own shit popping.
Oh.
So I've been really, really busy, but people are starting to send me the videos of people. I don't need no commentator after my show. Okay,
right.
So you're not necessary. So I'm not going to call you out.
Somebody needs to explain to her what fair use means. Commentary is what we're doing now. I just did commentary on one video and this one and another one. This is how it works in YouTube. You don't own copyrights on anything that you put out. So because of that, you cannot get on here and say people cannot do commentary. They absolutely positively can, because it's fair use. As long as they're bringing it value and making it better, and by giving commentary, they are making it better. They're making it longer. They're adding their perspective. That's making it better. And one thing that I'm not understanding is by you people doing commentary on your content, they're sending people. I think if you like her content, go subscribe, like her stuff. But at the very end of the day, you can't say, oh, don't do commentary. That's kind of goes against YouTube because it's fair use. But you see, when triggered, the first thing that you do is attack a man. Now, let me ask you fellas, as beautiful as this woman coming with all the makeup and weave and all of that, that's fine. I don't know her. I'm not going to go her personally, but she's beautiful right here, right? After hearing her go at men like this just for having commentary, would you want to go out with her? The way she carrying on right now. First impression, would you want to date this woman? Or the one to the left? Because it seems like y'all have no problems. When men are the subject, you have no problems going at them. Now let Kevin Samuels go at a woman like this and say her JJ smell like soot. What do you think would happen? They are bringing your content value. My few people who watch me will go to your content now. This is crazy. Let's continue.
My name because you would desire that. So just know all you men that are taking my comments, because what happens is y'all only take women. How come y'all not commenting on the men that come on my show that be full of shit? I can see if y'all were breaking your brothers down.
You want to know why we don't do that? Because you've done it for 50 years. And it doesn't bring the guys that are doing it to make content, to make money, it doesn't bring them views. They don't get views for doing that. None of the guys that I follow that actually do this, and they do have men on there. I've had a couple on here. I got a jail dude on here that I still waiting to post. So we do men, but we've seen these kind of men. And as we just saw from the last one, you go for them. So it doesn't matter if we go at them and rip them to shreds, but we've been hearing you doing it. There are songs written about these kinds of men. But now that men are telling you what we want in women, now it's an issue. And we use your content to tell the men, you don't want a woman like this one. You need to stay clear of a woman like this. And you see they all cackling. It's all funny. Because they love to emasculate men. The first thing you go for is taking away his manhood, which is talking about how large his penis is not, talking about how good he is in bed or not good in bed. Always something to try to emasculate. It's the first thing you did. This is what we're talking about. So my first impression, if I was looking at her and say, ooh, this is a beautiful woman, now I'm no.
Saying as a man, you should step up. So let them know right now, any man that takes my comment, my show, my content, to make comments on, they all have small penises, and that's why. Because they have big penises, they be out with their woman. But
stop the cap.
Okay, that's a cap. And I'm going to tell you why. Men, first of all, why do you care about men? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Just stop. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. A man's penis size has nothing to do with him doing commentary on your material. And nobody said nothing when you posted that, when you went in on Kevin Samuels and his material. Nobody said anything. Nobody says anything. You pretty much takes a lot of his talking points and you waited till he died to do so, but nobody says anything. I used to have respect for you, but I don't now. Because now, here's the thing that you've done. And the stupid ladies that are in there commenting and laughing, the only thing you've done, you made your platform pretty much for bottom feeder men and desperate women that want those bottom feeders. Because the men that actually watched your stuff and actually was like, hey, we liking this or whatever, they're not going to be interested and they're not going to come on your show. Just a couple of weeks ago, she was saying how, oh, well, I can't get any men on here. And you wonder why. They see your true colors now. They see what you all about. If I got something to say about you, I automatically got a small penis. Now, why are you interested in going around seeing a whole lot of men penises? Could you please answer that? But y'all get a cackle out of it. But the second, y'all know, I haven't turned up the heat. I don't do that here. But if I was to do that, y'all be upset. But some of the same women and some of the ones that may watch this later will be like, well, it was funny. No, it's not funny. Because you should never be that insulting, and you are a professional. But you hurting your platform because you have a dating show. So unless you're going to have transgender men and ladies that like women on there, you may need to not do that to men. You don't go there with men. And while you talking about only thing they're doing is at home with your stuff, you're at home doing a single show. Where's your man? Why ain't you getting your back blown out by a man that doesn't have a small penis, ma'am? We ain't thinking about that. But see, when men see this, and if I was sitting next to my woman and she was laughing at this, I would be offended. Oh, you find that funny? This is what we doing? You laughing when she's attacking men? Because I do content. I'm not large. People just watch this for fun, but I do content. Is this what we doing now? And you wonder why there's a disconnect. My impression, if I was looking at her, I would be like, no, we don't want to deal with this. And let's bring this to a close.
Then they got to keep their ass in the house to watch what I'm doing on my show because they was born with a small penis and they can't get no vagina. So just know, anytime y'all see somebody taking my content, that's what they are.
That's what it is.
Back to you. All right. So.
And she just laughed. Now, mind you, that woman 57 years old on here looking for a man. Good luck, ma'am. Because any man that's 57 that's got something going for himself, saw how you parading and laughed at that, they're not going to want to deal with you. They're not going to want to deal with you. Now, here's the thing. Let's talk about expectations now. This is the funniest thing in the world. The expectations. Some women, you like what you like, but men are saying one of the disconnects we're having is because of the expectations you want. You want a man that's making six figures, and I ask you, how many men you think making six figures right now? How many black men you think are making? It's like 12%, less than 15% are making 100,000. So now, then you turn around and say, oh, I want a 6 foot tall man. Only 18% of all Americans are 6 feet tall and higher. So now you really, really looking for a rarity. Your expectation, we're saying your expectation, but what happens is, why does this matter? Because a lot of times you will get 57, bless it. Right, you right, Mecca. But check this out. A lot of times, and I've experienced this, I made the error of getting with a woman that pretty much told me I wasn't what she wanted. And it was stupid on my part because a lot of men felt like I did at that time. They feel like, well, I'm going to show her how good a man I am and she going to choose me. No, she not, bro. Because a lot of these modern women, they have their expectations and they not moving because if they get with you, no matter how good you think you are, to them, they're settling because this is what they want. And usually because you're not what they want, they treat you like trash. And that's why that's important. Your unrealistic expectation is going to leave you out here with your friend playing with the ball. Because you want a man that's 6 feet tall, that's 18%. You want a man that's making $100,000 or more, that's less than 15%. And we can go on and on and on and on. Because we ain't even factoring if they even single. We ain't factoring if they even like women. So that's going to get small. Now, let me ask you a question. If it should be even in the 12%, are you in the top 12% of women? That man in that 12% doesn't care about your degrees like that. He don't care about your money like that. Are you in that 12%? Are you physically attractive? Are you cooperative, feminine, friendly, submissive? Are you those things? And if you're not going to get those kind of men. You will be a milk cushion, but you won't be with those men. But if a man says that, here come the disconnect because you feel we should just accept you the way you are. Meanwhile, you get all these expectations. And a lot of men are saying, based off of what you are showing us from the first impression, what are we getting? What are we getting? So you got people like this.
That was the main last one. I mean, I haven't really dated nobody seriously since I had my 4-year-old. So I just been on my hustling and grinding with my kids.
Hustle and grinding. They are all talking about you speaking about this millionaire.
Cause why wouldn't nobody want to do something? Why would nobody want somebody who can really just support them and, be secure? Why wouldn't you want to put that in your life? Why wouldn't you speak that into existence?
I just think I do agree with that. I do believe speaking your life into existence is one of the things that I've done throughout my career. But I think sometimes we speak it, you got to put the work behind it. This is all I will say, and I don't like to share a lot of my personal business, but I've dated quite a few millionaire men. I just think that a lot of things, you might have the money, but it also might come with a lot of things you do not desire. Mm-hmm. So
now she said quite a few. Real quick, has she ever been married? These millionaire men, what happened? There's a common denominator here. You may meet some men. Now, I would tell you from knowing them, y'all really think you want them kind of men. You really, really don't, because it comes with the consequence. It comes with the cost. But at the very end of the day, when she says she had a man like that, or many men like that, what is that? Now, I really am not interested in what else she got to say to this woman, because bottom line is, at this point, after what she just said, it's really just dog whistles right now. I'm really not trying to hear it. But here's my point with that. When you want that kind of man, this is an expectation, but a lot of women want that kind of man. They want that kind of man. Men looking at that are not millionaires, our first impression is she a gold digger. And do she look, now, judging from what you see, these NBA players, these actresses, these actors and everything else, does this woman appear with her children? Now, man, she got kids. Do she appear to be what they would be looking for? Have you ever seen any movie star with somebody that looked that regular? So when she gets with a man that's not a millionaire or that doesn't have that kind of money, because earlier she wanted a man with money, what do you think gonna happen? It's the expectations and it's the impressions. So men looking at this, we saying, what is it for us? You see what I'm saying? I hope this is helping you so you can see. Now, here's the worst thing. Let's just do this one for fun. Let's just do this for fun now. I hope you are sitting down. Some of you seen this, but if you haven't, I'm going to wait to the other side to get my commentary because this is going to blow your mind. Here we go.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Shania.
Shania, where you calling us from?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio's in the building. Shania. Columbus, Ohio. How old are you?
I am 30.
30 years old. Do you have any children?
I have 2, and I also have custody of my niece.
Okay, so 3 kids live with you?
Yep.
Okay, how old are your kids?
13, 3, and then my niece is 9.
13, 3, and 9. 13, your children, do they have the same dad?
No.
Was you ever married?
Nope.
Why are you not with the 3-year-old dad?
So we have the same birthday, and
You look at us on the.
I hope it's not my Wi-Fi, Kendra.
I think no, girl. I apologize. I think it's mine. Okay. All right, so let's try it again. So why are you not with the 3-year-old dad?
I'll be totally honest and transparent. So my youngest daughter is a one-night stand baby. We co-parent well. We just didn't take it anywhere after the one-night stand. Yeah, like
y'all don't wear condoms in one-night stands?
I mean, I can explain to you the story if you want to.
I want to hear it.
Okay, so I was in a relationship with a guy for 7 years. That was my longest relationship. We broke up and I let loose. And yeah, I definitely should have used protection, but it was my birthday. It was his birthday. We was drunk. And yeah, we made a baby.
Okay, well,
I believe in abortion, so she here. And she is a blessing.
She says she doesn't believe in
I appreciate
abortions.
your transparency. Okay, so y'all co-parent well?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
you
we go ahead sometimes.
Tonight, you gotta get situated with us. So you moving a lot, you looking around. So you gotta
start Pisces in me. I'm a pacer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta start what you're ready to do. Okay, here we go.
Let me have
Stop. Wait,
this
where
Shania,
you
Columbus,
at?
Ohio.
No.
30. What do you do?
Why does this woman keep standing up? Fellas. Now, would it be wrong, fellas? Would it be wrong if you was to say no? Let's just continue.
For a living,
I'm an Uber and Lyft driver.
Uber and Lyft driver. Who picks the music? The driver or the passenger?
I keep my music on what I want to hear. They can request the song and I will play it, but I play what I want to listen to.
I got into it with my Uber driver one time. They told me pull out your headphones because I'm not changing the station.
No, see, I ain't like that. I'll pass you the aux cord if you got a request.
Okay. All right, Shania, when's your birthday or zodiac sign?
March 14th. I'm a Pisces.
She's a Pisces. All right, so Shania, Columbus, Ohio, 30. She has 2 biological kids, and she's also taking care of her niece. She's an Uber and Lyft driver. What kind of man are you looking for?
An honest man. It's very hard to find honesty out here. And yeah, somebody who knows what they want out of life, like somebody with a plan, a man with a plan, and an honest man. Everything else can be worked with.
What are some deal breakers for you?
Baby mama drama. Yep. Dishonesty. Bad breath. And terrible communication skills. People that communicate to respond, but not to listen and understand. I don't like people like that.
Do you have baby daddy drama? Why are you getting?
I do not.
Why she keeps standing up? So we don't even need to do the Kendra Cam, sweetheart. We just don't. But let's continue.
I don't have baby daddy.
Where are you going now, Shania?
I'm mixing. I'm flipping my chicken. It's just right here. I'm sorry.
Oh, you cooking?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know she can cook, child.
And I can.
In the meantime, does the guy have to look a certain way?
I'm big on teeth and hygiene, so can't have jacked up teeth, can't stink.
Can't stink. Could he have kids already?
So y'all can judge me if y'all want, but if he has kids, I would like for him to have full custody or the mother not be in the picture.
Is your children?
Now, I think that's a bit much. When you want the mother to be in the picture, as long as she said no baby mama drama. Okay, I get that. But why wouldn't you not want the mother to be in the picture? That's the part that's getting me. But let's continue.
Dads in the children's lives?
My youngest child's father is. They're both in their life. My youngest child's father is in her life more, and my oldest child's father is in her life less.
So why would you want a man that can't have the setup that you have set up?
Because my baby daddies don't give me no problems.
Sound like a double
One of them I barely know, so we don't have
up,
those
sweetheart.
kind of problems.
Stop
And
standing up.
the other one, we've been doing this for almost 14 years, so those problems are gone.
Do they all? Do they each have access
Becca.
to you whenever they need because y'all co-parent a child? Like he can reach out to you if the child's sick or if he wants a child, right?
Yeah, like
Girl,
what?
why
I
you
was
standing?
yes, I'm
Oh
not
my
one
God.
of those. Mm-mm.
So I mean, we had a dope guy on the show, and he explained sometimes, well, he has no kids, why he want to date a woman with no kids, and he was like, he'll never be number one when you date a woman with kids, and then there's other men that can always access this woman because they share a child together. So what might not be drama to you, a guy still has to be able to conform in that manner.
And that's true, and that's fine. If you don't want to deal with what I have going on, please don't waste my time because
Sit down,
I'm very
ma'am.
transparent about what I want, what I expect from my partner. So if you can't do that, please just go on.
Okay, so you'd rather have a guy with no kids, basically.
No, I'm down to have a guy with either no kids. I would actually prefer them to have kids so they not.
Yeah, but that would drive me crazy, Scylla. She just moving
Your
around
baby
too
mama
much for
drama.
me.
There can be no baby mama drama, like none. The first sign of it, I'm out.
Thank you, Mecca.
And what's baby mama drama to you?
Just ratchetness. You know how some baby mothers can be, like just calling 90 million times. Always got their hand out, don't have nothing going on for themselves, still want to be with the child's father. It's we know what baby daddy and baby mama drama is. I don't have a problem with a good co-parenting relationship. I encourage it, if I'm with someone who in the past when I've been with people with baby mama drama, I've encouraged them to get better with that situation. But it's draining. I don't want to do it no more.
I'm about to say, it seems like you've been through something with that situation.
So the last guy I was with, I know one of your questions was when it was your last relationship. It was a year ago. It's coming up on a year at the end of August. But he was a pretty good guy, but he wasn't a stand-up father. I was kind of blinded by it because it was a new relationship and everything. But I kind of got to see what they were talking about, the baby mamas and why they would be mad and stuff like that. And ultimately, that's why we ended, because it's just like, your baby mamas are mad because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But you over here doing it, which is weird. And I can't respect that. So, take care of your kids, and maybe in the next lifetime, we can try this again.
Okay. Let's go to appearances. Does the guy have to look a certain way?
No, like I said, I don't. As long as you keep your teeth clean, your mouth clean, and you smell good, I'm cool with that.
What about if you gotta make a certain amount of money?
Down.
No, I mean you better have enough money to take care of yourself, because unless we real deep into it, I'm not taking care of you.
Okay, you've been doing it kind of all night because you've been standing up, but let's officially do the Kendra cam. Okay.
Lord Jesus. Fellas, I don't care if y'all say I'm body shaming. I really, at this point, because we just heard this woman go in on a man like crazy, and I'm not body shaming. You either throw a thumbs up or throw a thumbs down, fellas. Let me know. Is this your cup of tea? First impressions is everything, fellas. Ladies, I'll say this again. That's why this is good, and we almost done. But first impression is everything. Fellas, yes or no? Yay or nay? Let your yays be nays and whatever A's, K's, bays, and everything else. What you thinking? Jaden says no.
All right.
I'm seeing you, Jaden. Jaden
Shania,
says no.
so your last relationship, you already told us about that. Why do you think? When was the last time you was intimate with a guy? You don't have to answer.
No.
Okay. I said I was gonna be honest when you asked this question. Today.
Now, man, she asked her. Let me back up a little bit because I was talking. I'm sorry. Hold on.
So you're dating somebody?
I'm dating.
So you're looking for more people?
take care of your kids, and maybe in the next lifetime we can try this again.
Okay. Let's go to appearances. Does the guy have to look a certain way?
No.
So you're looking for more people to
shut up.
Relationship, you already told us about that. Why do you think, when was the last time you was intimate with a guy? You don't have to answer.
Okay. I said I was gonna be honest when when you asked this question. Today.
Who'd you have sex with today?
Somebody that I'm dating.
So you're dating somebody?
I'm dating.
So you're looking for more people to date?
No, I'm looking for Mr. Right.
But so dating doesn't become Mr. Right? It doesn't have opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
So you're dating a person right now?
I'm dating people right now.
Oh, you're dating people. So, I mean, you're single, you haven't, which is fine. So you had sex with a guy today that you're dating. So why can't this guy, what's wrong with him to be your boyfriend?
Nothing. He haven't asked me.
Then why are you sleeping with him?
Exactly.
Because I was, I have needs.
Do you want a boyfriend? I mean, do you want a solid relationship?
I do want a solid relationship. Yep.
Listen, it's your life. You gotta live it. After this exchange, we'll probably never talk again. But I do think this, and people get pushback, but I don't think it's a bad rule. If you desire to have a relationship, maybe not have sex until you're in a relationship. And then this way you can know if this could mature into a relationship. If not, you'll just have a whole bunch of energy of men that you're potentially sleeping with, and it's not going to grow into anything. You say you want something outside of what you currently have, so maybe you got to try something different to potentially get that.
Maybe. I will take your advice. And I will also say that I'm not sleeping with multiple people.
But
you're the one that presented it, so you say you're dating.
I just told you the truth. You asked me when. I told you when. I told you.
You told us. You didn't have to.
Dang, I hope it's not my wife.
Wait, who was that in the background? We saw a guy. Who's that in the background?
That man, y'all. Did you see? It's a man in the background. Do y'all? There's a man in the background. This is the point. Now, here's the thing. And fellas, be honest. Now, I'm going to say no. I'm going to tell you no right now before I even ask the question. Before she had even did anything, said anything, you knew anything about her, just first few sentences in, your first impression of her, the way she presented herself, the way she talking, is this somebody that you would actively say, I want to date? Seriously, to take home to mama, take home my family, take her down the aisle and say, I do. Yes or no? Yes or no? Fellas, I said no from the first time you started talking. There is no way that in the world, let me get to it. Where you at? Hell no, to the no. That would be me all day. Because the way you were talking, it's giving me Rasputia vibes. Where's my Rasputia? Hey, you dirty. It's giving me that vibe. First, ladies, the first thing that we see, this is the first disconnect between black men and black women, is first impressions and expectations. It's the first thing. First impressions are everything to us. If you want to try to correct what's going on, you want to try to fix what's going on between us, the relationships, why 1 in 4 of you would be married, why we have the highest divorce rate, why we can't get it together, you can start here. We needed to start here. We needed to start here because when you go into a store, right, and you looking at cars or whatever you're doing as a consumer, because believe it or not, the dating market is a market. The first thing you see, and the first thing, say for instance, you pick it up, you looking at it. If it doesn't look right, you just gonna sit it down and move to the next. And if they keep giving you, here's the kicker. If that dealership keeps presenting bad cars, you're either going to take the train or go to another dealership. First impressions are everything. She look like she can cook. No, I don't care about all that. I know. See, that's the difference. I hear you, Jaden, but here's the problem. The problem with being a modern woman is that sometimes you often produce modern men. What are modern men? Modern men, not only can we go out here and be the breadwinners and provide and everything else, but now we can cook, we can clean for ourselves. So the more that we can do, to be honest with you, a lot of men, especially if they start to make more money and have better purposes, they're going to look and say, what do we need you for? And I don't want that to happen with us. I really don't, but let's continue.
Oh. Who's that in the background? Speak. You can talk. You've been talking to me the whole time.
I told you who it was.
That's the guy you had sex with today?
Wow.
So the guy you had sex with today is in your house and you're on my show looking for a new guy?
I'm on your show to tell you that I'm single, and if I find
you're on my show to look for a new guy because that's what.
Stop. We're doing commentary right now. Listen to this. As a man, y'all ladies need to understand what kind of man that is that you just laid up with. Because any man with purpose, that some woman that I'm really, really trying to be with is on another show calling to try to hook up with another dude, he will be losing it. But the problem is you ain't nothing but a milk cushion. The only thing you have been proving yourself to be is for one thing to that man. He don't care that you calling in, because to be honest with you, he probably don't think you're going to do much better than him. But this is what we're talking about. This level of entitlement that make you think that it's okay to smash a dude and ruin yourself, because believe it or not, this is one of the double standards we actually benefit from. Men don't want women that's been ran through like that. We don't like women like that. That's just absolutely not going to happen.
She belongs to the streets.
We don't like women like that. Men are starting to need to women less and less. And they're forced, like men of old, some of the men that they chose forced you to be both parents, even though you can never be, but you were in that position where you had to do something. Well, now the modern woman has forced a lot of men to be modern. And here's the thing, and I know you're not going to like us saying it, and I know some of my friends like Trina, she going to come and call it, but you're going to need men more than we will need you, to be honest with you. If we break it down to the basics, you need us more than we need you. Every first world civilization was built by men. Every single one of them. Men do the fighting, men do the building, we do the infrastructure, we do the designing, we do the engineering, we do all of that. But it's like, I don't want to get ahead of myself. That's another live. Let's go. He can care less because he getting what he wants. And that's another thing, Nicola. Why would you give these men everything right away? That they ain't even, this dude treating you like you just a cum cushion. This is the only thing he's happy. A lot of these dudes like that, they say, as long as this don't stop, I'm good. What makes you think of any man of any worth would want that? And you got 2 kids.
Show is about.
Okay.
So
no, I'm on the show just to put myself out there. Yes.
Yeah, you're on this show to meet a new guy. That's what the show is about. Let's be clear.
Okay.
We're not going to circle around the fact of the show.
Right.
How much proof do you need?
Whomever. If you're into women, you're into men. So you want to meet a guy while you have the guy you slept with in your house. What kind of quality man you think is going to hit you?
You said she had no self-esteem and doesn't know her worth. What worth? What value does she bring? She don't determine her worth. We do. We don't determine you. You don't determine that. Men determine that. I hear far too many women out here talking about, well, you know your worth. What does that mean? Or you deserve better. No, you deserve what you earn. You deserve everything that you earn. She has no worth. She just showed that by going on a date show. Worth to whom? She not even worth to that dude. That's crazy. He don't even want her like that. She said earlier, he not asking. No, because you gave him everything. And here's another thing that y'all not going to like it, but it has to be said. First impressions. When men see women with children, first impression, you never been married. A lot of men, I can't say men, but I say men because if it's majority of men, it's men, right? But if men see you with a child and you never been married, a lot of them going to think one or two things. You for fun, or number two, that child may be a burden to us. That's across the board. I'm not saying that to be mean, but this is not to be mean. I'm not being mean. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to give you the information so you will understand the mind of a man. There are some simps out here. Some men out here that love going around taking care of other people's kids. But the men that a lot of these women who call into these shows want, they ain't doing that. And the men that will do that and be honorable and be good stepfathers, a lot of women, not all, please don't ever come on my live talking about not all women. We know that. But a lot of these women out here be like, they ain't good enough. He too short. He too ugly. He got a small penis. He don't make enough. You throw them to the side because you want those high value dudes that's got the prestige, that's got the power, that's got the money, that look nice, that all this kind of junk. Look, you don't qualify for those men. And until you start thinking about that, your first impression to the men that you want, they ain't gonna want you. And then your first impression to the men that you really qualify for, they not gonna want you. And you know what that equals, don't you, ladies and gentlemen? That means that. No. See, that's that feminist stuff. No. You don't determine your worth. We determine your worth. Name one market where the seller determines the worth of something he's selling. That doesn't work like that. We determine your worth. We determine it and we validate it. You know how it's validated? I do. That's how it's validated. It's not validated by you. You put yourself, you package this thing up and you present it. And then people determine its value. In this case, in the dating market, just the same way with men. We don't determine our worth, know your worth. What does that even mean? Not in the dating market, the consumer determines your worth. Because if you ain't getting no biters, then you ain't worth much. That's the way it is. And I'm not, I'm passionate. I'm not really coming down on you, Nicola. You know I love you. But at the end of the day, this is the reality. And you've been sold a dream for so long that you start to believe it. But the reality is men determine your value. In the sexual marketplace, men determine your value. In the sexual marketplace, women determine ours. The only difference is, men, we have accepted that. Women, y'all love, especially the sisters, y'all love to twist this thing. Y'all either want to say, I'm the exception to the rule when you're not, or you try to twist the game and make it be something so it better suits you. It doesn't work like that. And until you start to understand that, you're going to still get those results, or you're going to get Fido, Butch, or whatever you decide to name them. I'm just saying, Fido or Butch. Here we go.
What? I'm just being honest.
I'm being honest too. What kind of quality man you think is going to hit you up?
None.
I don't know. You tell me, Kendra.
Not
None.
one.
Okay.
A man will hit you up that want to have sex with you, but not a man that's going to take you serious. Absolutely not. There is no man that's watching this right now, a quality man that's going to hit you up and take you serious with the guy you slept with this morning in the
Literally
background
going there getting
while
some
you
chicken.
on this show. And if that's what you desire, then that's what you desire. It's your life. But you're going to have to own up to the fact that you got a lot of stuff to get together. Very trifling. If you want to attract a trifling guy, then so be it. Give him your Instagram page or your Facebook page.
Smash. So I do want to know what makes me trifling for.
You're on this, okay?
This guy is not my boyfriend, and he knows that.
Yeah, you had sex with him today. You think that makes it sound even better?
He was there for the food.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make it sound any
more
better.
than the
but
chicken,
he is
though,
the only one that I'm sleeping
which is
with,
gross.
And that's fine. What I'm telling you is any guy worth anything that has his stuff together is not going to take you seriously. A guy, listen, but you're gonna get a lot of men that's gonna reach out to you because they're gonna want to have sex with you.
Not me.
They see how you get down. So you.
How do I get down, Kendra? You don't know the history with me and this man.
I know enough to know. I know enough to know the guy you slept with today is in the background. So any quality man that is concerned about the woman that's on his arms, that's gonna take him around his family, his friends, his co-workers, is not gonna wipe you up in a situation like this. Now, men will hit you up, but they're not going to take you serious. So if you want that man, give him your Instagram page. It's your life. But no man that has to represent something in life. And because I think sometimes what we don't understand is quality men and quality women, they think about how you represent them.
And she keeps standing up. But now, even though we ain't feeling Kendra right now over here in the man community, she was right about that. Ain't no man of worth. I mean, because of what now to Kendra, I mean, not Kendra, to Nicola, because what I've been able to do in life, I do know my worth as a person, but it has nothing to do with my worth in the sexual marketplace. Okay. But as a man that's probably in that, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I make, but I'm do okay over here, right? I would not look to do this because the people that I hang around, especially the people, professional men that I'm trying to network with, I can't bring this woman around like that. That's another thing y'all not thinking about. First impression, men of worth, they want a woman of worth that they can bring around their peers. And if they peers looking at this woman like, what the heck is going on over here? And they ask you, well, what's your name? And they saying, they don't want to know. This is not the woman for you. This woman would never marry a doctor. She will never marry a lawyer. She will never marry that person. First impressions are everything. Fellas, yeah, y'all following. She getting testy with Kendra. She is. But let's see what happens.
Right. When they bring you to certain environments. Okay. But men are going to reach out to you because they see how you get down. So if you want men to reach out to you, get to them. It's your world.
She mad, though. She got a lot of mad.
I don't want them to reach out to me at how you putting it, but thank you.
Can you understand that?
I'm going to hang up on
her. Okay, well, say goodbye.
So that's the way that ended. She got mad, which is what usually happens. This is, another reason why I chose this video, because it's trifling. It was just to show you. But the thing is, she was still on there looking. First impression is everything. But this is what happens to a lot of times. And I'm starting to get into next week. And I'm almost done here. But when she got triggered, the first thing she wanted to do is hang up because you're not used to people telling you the truth. Now, some people thought Kendra was being rough. But see, the thing is, I like that Kendra did it and she didn't call into a show. Like if I was to ever reach that level where people calling in and everything else, I probably would have been a little bit not as harsh. But I would have been like, come on, girl, you got to do better. I would have encouraged her and try to lead in a direction to how to improve. I don't just tear you down without giving you a solution. It's just like she ripped her up and just left her out here for dead. I didn't like the way she did that, but that's how she is. We're learning this is how she is. My impression on Kendra is that I don't care if I was rich. I wouldn't deal with her. I'd probably have to throw her through a roof. I mean, I'm just saying, or I would have to live on one. I mean, I get that. She probably was generally, but y'all that you've been watching me, those of you who've been watching me, the few that I do get to watch, but I would have played that a little differently. I don't think I would have been that harsh with her. That's just me. I just don't think I would have been that harsh. I don't think. You say you about to go what? Okay. You about to go, oh God. You about to go on Kendra. Yeah, you go on there. Let me know what you think. I think she was disappointed as a black woman. I think she was. But at the very end of the day, that happens a lot. If the fellas will be honest, that happens a lot. How many fellas, if they will be honest, they have been in places where they were talking or over a woman's house. Or she was at their house and she was talking to and answering the message from somebody else. She was at your crib, caking with another dude while you laying in bed next to her. after the creaming happened, after the session. Let me see. She's swinging them. She was hitting hard, and she didn't want to hear it because, unfortunately, a lot of these modern women, they're not used to hearing criticism. I mean, I get it all the time, and it's usually the same: shame, insults, guilt need to be right. The same sign language. But if that was a man coming to her, that would have turned ugly. I guarantee you that would have turned ugly. So we seen the online dating when you call into the show and give your first impressions. So the last thing we gonna get done, because this is gonna be quick. This is gonna be like 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 3 minutes tops. Let's just run through these, okay? So the next way you leave your first impression, which is probably the most popular right now, is through date apps. You go through date apps and you leave your little soliloquy and you say, hey, this is what this. So my examples are, pretty much the same. What they are. They're pretty much the same. Let's run through them. Having a laugh, as much as fun as possible is for me. Trying to take myself too seriously or whatever. Looking for a serious relationship but open to friends. Just as important to have a good connection and hopefully some common interests. I'm a single mom, live drama free, and just want to add happiness. Now, men, first impression, this is okay. This is somebody, and I'm leaving the pictures off for a reason, because a lot of you say we put too much stock into how you look, too much stock in how you look. Okay, let's not do it. Let's not do it. Now, why is this 48? Because these are the age of the women that Facebook thought would be good for me. Which is weird, but I did. It's some 30s in here that I skipped over because they were too ratchet. Okay, but that was one. This was okay. Yeah. He knew she was on there. That's true. Now check this out. God-fearing woman, a lover, love to see people find love. It warms my heart. I'm the person you would call when you're in need, listen to, encourage you, laugh at you, even need to shed a tear with you and pray with you, for you. This is a woman that if I was looking to date and I read this comment, I would be like, okay, this is somebody I can deal with. This is somebody I can deal with because it's showing me it's like she's a giver. She's willing to be there for you. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like she's an open chalice. She's willing to give. She's willing to give you what you need. This will make a good person that could support you. Now, looking at this, we're going to look first. We're going to look first, to be honest. But if this was a beautiful woman or a physically attractive woman, which I say you need to be fat, physically attractive, if this woman was physically attractive, this would be a winner. This would be somebody that you would click on and say, I like this person. This is somebody I want to get with. So if you are on dating apps, this is what we need to see. This first impression for me was good. If her features look like we would want, I would have inboxed her. I would have, or let her know I'm interested. I like this. I like what you said. Now, whether she comes through, that's where vetting comes into play. We won't get into that to another show. Check this out. Kind, smart, witty, full of happiness and love. I'm total movie junkie and I like to cook and explore new recipes. I'm also a social drinker and like the great stimulation, whatever, conversation. This is also a good one. Y'all see where this is going. Men like myself, we don't need a lot of whatever, what you're going to see. This is straight to the point. She's telling us about herself, what she likes to do, what gets her interest, what she, what gets her, the things that she likes, which is always good. Let me see what you're saying. But where is her balance? That's why you talk to her. You don't get on apps to give your balance. That's where you go wrong. You don't get on the apps and say, this is what I want, and this is this. And we're going to get into that. You want to get on the app and show what you like or what you can contribute, what you can do, your strongest points. It's like a bait. You want that fish to grab, and then you can start to bring in that other stuff. This is first impression, sweetheart. My first impression is this should never be you getting on the app telling us all this stuff. We're going to get into it. Let me get another one. No, we just did this one. Oh, you said she's nice, balanced. Okay. Summer, loving, old-fashioned, considerate education. This is another one. Submissive woman who loves to have fun, sense of humor, doesn't like life too serious, and wants to be sought off as much as giving. And you know what's crazy about this? Now, I remember a few of these. The ones that you're reading, none of them are sisters. I think one of them was. when I was looking at this. One of them was a sister. The rest of them wasn't. That's something you should think about. And I went through a lot of them. The ones that I just posted that had these good comments, because it wasn't that many that were like this. Most of them wasn't sisters. What is it? There's another one. Looking forward, well, you could tell from the name. I'm fun with great spirit. I like men who know how to do things, aren't closed off to try new things. That's not so bad. Take initiative and have good convo. Protectors, not controlling. See, you're starting to push it there. Because I'm reading this and I'm like, okay, I want to know what you like. No, cigars okay, just not every day. To me, my first impression of this person is it will give me, you want to control. You start throwing out your demands right away. We haven't even had a chance to have a conversation. So me coming in, I get this is what you want, but you determine that after you get the bait. When you go fishing, some of you've never been fishing, I guess that's something men do, but you go fishing, right? When you pull out, you throw the bait. Whatever fish take it, you pull it in, right? Once it's in the boat, you look at the fish and you say, is this something I want to keep or is something I want to toss back in the river? But if you just had a bait and the fish that you want, what if he don't like that bait? You need to have a bait that you know is universal, that you can get them in so you can, you know what I'm saying, look at the fish. Now, I know there's special baits for certain kind of fish. I'm just being general, okay? Here we go. Yeah, y'all tell me what you think. I'm looking for friendship, someone to hang out with, laugh, skating, stepping, bowling, dinners, movies. I love sports. If that goes to the next level, that's great. This is also okay. The only thing with this is when you leave that door open, dudes that kind of just want to smash and pass, they will come to you. So I would stay away from leaving something like that, okay? This is another one. Now, mind you, the ones that you are reading that are decent, a lot of them are not sisters. Here's another decent one. I won't read it all, but this is another decent one. I'm affectionate and adventurous, independent, and self-sufficient. Trina, where you at, sweetheart? Where you at, sweetheart? But ready to put my time and attention in someone. Communication and consistency are everything with me. That's not too bad. The thing that would send the red flag to me is this independent and self-sufficient. I'd have been like, what is the first thing I want to know? What does that mean? I want to know what that means. Okay, let's move on. Let's move quick. Okay, this is not so bad either, but as you can see, I worked hard to try to find some good ones. My hobbies: exercise 100%, spicy food. So she exercised 100%. I remember this one. I remember Elizabeth, and yeah, she fit. She was decent. Thank you, Nicola. This person was decent, but this wasn't the sister either. I was having a hard time. Now, we don't get to the sisters. Here we go. Here we go. Do we need to know? Do we need to even know? Look at this. Have your S together. Have your shift together before you date. I don't date bums. Have a car and a crib and your own, cause I have my own and I have up-to-date pictures match my energy. Lord Jesus. So a man looking at this, such as myself, I have 2 masters. I have a career. I have more than one, actually. Do you think I would be interested in bringing this into my home? And then no punctuations, just after cancer, which is the 69, which is funny. But right after that, it ain't a comma, a period, nothing in sight. And it's because, not cause. Pass. First impression. This is what I'm talking about. Let's do another one. This is not too bad. My ideal man is a man, I'm fast forwarding, right? Looking for a soulmate. I don't necessarily agree with soulmate, but I know what you mean. And it says, my ideal partner is a man who respects God and himself, which we do. He is confident and trusting of his life choices. That means she's willing to submit. That's a plus. He's genuine and is able to give and receive love. This is okay. But you look at this name. Do this look like to be a sister? You see where this is going? Ladies, my sisters, we got to do better. Here we go. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to use this tool to be found by the man who's ready to court and build. So don't ask me what I'm here for because I just told you. Placing myself in position for my future. Courting with a purpose. If you on that same page or even the same book, let's converse. If not, happy searching. I hope you find what you need. If we match, please speak. If not, make sure to delete. This a lot. This give me a whole lot of man to be vibes. Where you at? Where my man at? Where my man to be? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I got my man to be somewhere. There we go. This giving me man to be vibes. This is giving me man to be vibes. You definitely, I don't know. This with reading this is definitely this is gonna be your companion right here. I don't know. That's just too much manly, too much masculinity. Okay, I've always been told that I'm the best thing that ever happened to my partner. Wait a minute. If you're the best thing to happen to your partner, why are you here? Why didn't he keep you? See, the problem is, a lot of women think because a man, when he'd been cheating on me, because when we know you are that and everything, he ain't going nowhere. That's to be honest. If you could do all that, he's still cheating, then you ain't did all of that. If we could be honest, let's keep this thing a buck. If you did all of that and he's still cheating, then either you chose wrong or you wasn't all what you think you is. And that's the biggest problem. Some of you, your expectations is higher than what you really are. You ain't all of that. Because believe it or not, if your partner think you the best thing that ever happened to him and he's not dead, then what? Well, if he's dead, he ain't telling you that. So what are we talking about? K will be a no. Here we go. I'm 5'11", tall, BBW. You 5'11" and you a B. It's a silverback warning. Silverbacks are aggressive too, by the way. Honest, loving, caring, sweet, funny, independent mother of two. Red flag. Where you at? Where my red flag at? I got to start memorizing what this stuff is. Red flag. Here we go. Where you at? There we go. Independent. That lost me right there. Looking for someone who isn't up to playing game, wasting my time. Please don't waste my time if you're shorter than 5'10". Jacqueline on one. Does men pick up the phone and call anymore? Do men, sweetheart? It's with an apostrophe. Nice to send texts, but also talk on the phone. Texts can be misleading. Y'all see this, right? First impressions. Oh, God. Do we need to read this? Okay, let's go. Hello, man. This is what I got to say. Don't hit me up if you expected to get sex off conversation. Please don't hit me up if your mouth is F up. Lord Jesus. Falconed with an ED, sweetheart. I'm real, okay? And my pick are real. I just can't do it. This will pass. Y'all see what we talking about. So men, first impression from Keita. Would you get with her? Now, mind you, I remember this one. This woman was kind of decent looking. She was decent looking. But looking at this, man, Keisha, you pretty good though. Last one. I will not date a man with small kids. You must be at least 6 feet tall. So mind you, 6 feet, we already said 18%. Great communicator. Have your own place and vehicle. If you're not interested in actually dating to build something long term, then we are not a good match. Anything else, ask me. This is the problem with that. See, now we went through all of this and we're gonna close. Let's go. When I say expectations and first impressions, now we've covered this thoroughly. Are you getting what I'm saying here? The first disconnect between men, black men and black women is first impressions and your expectations. That's where the first disconnect go, because we're seeing what you expect, but we've also seen what you project, and we're staying away on this side where it's safe, and you're staying over there saying, you need to come and get me. You see what I'm saying? First impressions are everything. I hope that you guys understand that, because we're going to cover all of this. This is first impressions. First impressions are everything. And so now when you go and you are looking for that man or you're looking for somebody to attract, keep in mind what you post. Keep in mind what you post, keep in mind what you share, keep in mind what you say. Now, nobody can be your police. You can do what you want to do on your page, but your results will reflect what you're doing because this is the age of social media. Everybody's looking on social media. Shows like Catfish, they make a living because people are meeting on social media. A lot of people meet on social media. I'm a testament to that. If it not been for social media, some of the women that I've dated I never would have met. It's social media now. And the stuff that you post and the stuff that you share and believe it or not, even your comments on posts, men see that and your first impression of you will be bad, especially black men. The characteristics, the stereotype of black women is that you're argumentative, you're combative, these are your stereotypes. So if we go on Facebook and we see that and you're demonstrating to a man that's educated, a man that's got something going for himself, we're going to be like, no, that's not what we want. So I hope you guys understand that. Next week, we cover something else. We cover communication. We're going to put all this together. I'm not going to do a full synopsis today. That'll be when we're done. So I hope you enjoyed what we did. It was fun for me. I enjoyed reading this stuff. I enjoyed doing the commentaries and everything else. So next week, I'm going to start a little earlier next week. I got started late because my mom's in town. I had to go see my mom. Sorry. But next week, I missed you at the show. We didn't even get a chance to come, Jalen. Something happened with the flights. Thank you, JR. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Next week, we're going to do communication. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, next week, I'm going to be turning up the heat. So if you are going to be triggered, next week ain't for you because we talk about communication, the way we talk to each other. So you're going to hear some real raw moments. And one day I'm gonna have to get one of my friends on. Might reach out to my girl Monique or maybe Trina want to join me or whatever to get the woman perspective because I don't want it to seem like it's just all me. But I had to do men tonight because we're seeing you're very, very vocal. One thing I can honestly say about my sisters, y'all can be very vocal online. Y'all will go. And so I needed to do tonight to make sure we were all on the same page. And so you can understand the way men look at you when we see your lives and stuff. Some of you leave lives. And we can gauge if you're a woman that we want to deal with long term based off of what you're saying in your life. If you all sassy and you can be a man-to-be or you give those kind of vibes, we'll sleep with you, but we won't be with you. And I think the term where we're really trying to get to is at least having a conversation to at least build something to a relationship or marriage. Some of my friends, they feel like you should just jump into marriage. That's you. I won't judge you. That's how you feel. But over here, I'm saying it needs to build to that point. I'm trying to get us to just at least exist on the same plane. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I hope you guys understand where I was going. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm not gonna do an outro tonight. I'll wait till we do the synopsis. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll do this again next Monday, okay? Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, everybody.